Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Good, good. How's it going?
Oh, going super.
Just living the best life you can. Hey?
Living the best life. Hashtag living the best life.
Hashtag living the best life.
Yep. We got to stop leaving these shows 2 weeks because that's a lot of news.
I got a big water, pack some snacks, got some munchos.
Sure. Make sure you eat those right in the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely do. So you know what? I'm doing good. You're doing good. Let's get right into housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
All right. I'll be enthralled with them for weeks still.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So, we missed last week, and that was totally not because there wasn't news. It was just I could not find time. I was extremely busy last week with work, so
busy man doing busy things.
My bad. The only besides that, the only other thing I just wanted to mention quick is Buzzsprout, the company we use for posting our audio podcast, has given us the opportunity to be an affiliate. So if you are interested in becoming a podcaster yourself and looking for a podcasting company to use, we highly recommend these guys. And if you follow the link that's in our notes everywhere we post, it's the first thing linked there. If you follow that link, you will get a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up minimum a month to try out Buzzsprout. And I mean, you have to go with the super duper plan to not even have that cover you, you know? Like, I think we're on the $15 a month plan for ours.
You go to the higher plan, they give you a foot massage.
Yeah.
May or may not give you a ride on a pony.
Yeah. Unlimited pony rides. If you live in Delaware.
And I mean, who lives in Delaware?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know what? They make this stuff so damn easy. Like, I just went through this past week. I was on the site just checking things out, and I seen they actually added iHeartRadio as one of the people we can upload our podcast to. So I signed us up for that. And another one, I can't remember who it is now. Here it is. On Alexa. So on Amazon, TuneIn, they're called. So
okay.
if you have an Amazon product, you can actually go on there now and say, play me. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks, and it'll
whatever our podcast is called.
Yeah, grumpy old new tricks. If you have an Alexa device, you can just go on there and say, "Hey, play me an episode of," and it'll play that for you.
Find that guy who likes the Amico.
Yeah,
he's a weird fella.
So yes, bottom line, you want to try out podcasting? It's super easy. Us two dummies do it. You can just sign up there, and they'll actually give you money to try it. Why not?
Look how excited he is. Oh.
Choked on that one for some reason. Went a little too high. Woo! So yeah, Buzzsprout. Great people.
They're good people.
Well, that's it for housekeeping. Let's move on into news.
Extra! Read all about it! I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
You know what, Rob?
He's very proud of those.
I am. I'm not wearing any pants.
It's true.
Or am I?
We'll never know.
You'll never know.
Never know.
So, first bit of news is kind of a two-parter because it all happened at the same time. Last week, they had the Animal Crossing Direct. happened.
Is that only a week ago? It seems like it was another time.
Maybe it was 2. It was on the 15th, I think. Anyways, it happened. And I just lost my story. It's gone.
Film at 11. Boop, boop, boop,
boop. Yeah, so they had the Animal Crossing Direct where they announced massive like things that they're adding. They announced that they're having one more free update, because right now any sort of updates they've been having have been free. And then they also mentioned that they're having a DLC now, a paid DLC, which is Happy Home Paradise. But they kind of added the one more thing. So they introduced the pricing for Switch Online Plus here. And it's because if you, as another added bonus to Switch Online Plus, you will get the DLC for free. Otherwise, it's $30 Canadian, $25 American to get it.
Right.
So
let's talk about that, shall we?
Let's talk about that. So they they announced the pricing. You know what? I don't have the Canadian prices here.
Yeah, so for the Switch Online Plus is it's the extended online, which gets you access to the Genesis games, the Nintendo 64 games, and they also a DLC for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So how much more do you have to pay to get those?
Well,
Ryan's looking it up right now.
I'm looking for the actual prices, but it's double.
Yeah.
It's double. Here it is.
Yeah, it's 50 annually American, right? So that'd be 80?
Yeah.
Something like 80 or something.
So yes. So if you get the bundle for a year, it's that doesn't make sense. Switch Online plus expansion. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So this is just for a single person. This is just for one person. It's $63.99.
Okay.
Up from $24.99.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's more than doubled.
That's more than doubled.
That's and if you go right there.
If you go with the family, it was $44.99 for the just online, but now it's up to $99.99 for the family pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this presents such a weird, so is there proposed value coming that with any new Nintendo title, their DLC will just be available on this expansion plus?
They didn't really lean or say anything about that, did they? Yeah.
They didn't. I mean, it was a surprise that they included this with it. And I mean, that tipped the scales a little more in the favor of it, because as it was sitting, just to get N64 games and Genesis games, paying more than double.
Mm-hmm.
It just did not seem worth it at all.
No, it does seem like an awful big expenditure for. I mean, honestly, most of those games are on the Genesis Mini. The Nintendo 64 games are cool, but that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You're into Game Pass territory, right? So
I was talking to my wife about this though, because her and my kid are on my family plan, or on our family plan.
Mm-hmm.
They both play Animal Crossing.
Right.
So it's that whole if they want to play it beyond this year and I don't want to renew it next year, then they're the DLC, then they're screwed, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a weird DLC. It's not like an added level that you go off and play. This is integrated into your island, which is in Animal Crossing is that whole experience, right?
Sure.
Like it's just one big island. From what I understand, like this adds like other destinations to go to, but all the stuff that's available through that expansion pack is still decorations and whatnot on your island.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, it's weird.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
No.
I mean, personally, I've got all the Genesis games. If there were a couple Nintendo 64 games there that I wanted, I would boot up the old Wii U because you can get a lot of those on the virtual store.
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie, I've got Rare Replay. Like there's lots of ways to get these games. There was nothing there that was like, oh, this is the first time and you could get it ever.
Yeah.
Like it's like when they had the Genesis Mini, there was a couple of games there where it's like, oh, it's really the only legal way you can play Mega Man, the Wily Wars, and Tetris 2, right?
Exactly.
Or Tetris, sorry, the original. And like the little Astro City Mini I've got way back there, the only legal ROM of Death Adder, Golden Axe, the Revenge of Death Adder. So they don't have anything in here that you can't get somewhere else. There's no gotcha to make this, and
there really isn't yet.
Yeah,
like I was thinking about it, and like their DLC has always been pretty similarly priced. Like $30 is that's where the Splatoon 2, Breath of the Wild, and I'm pretty sure that's where the Hyrule Warriors one was too, like right around that $30 mark, right?
Sure.
But they can't add those to the past now that they've been out and people have bought them, right? But moving forward, like they don't do a lot of DLC. Like that's what 3 games I could think of right there. And how many other first-party Nintendo titles has there been on on the Switch since it launched, right?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of there needs to be more for that price increase. It just doesn't. And it's such a crappy thing because you can't play anything online without their online, right? Like you can't even play Animal Crossing, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. No, maybe not. No, I gotta double check on that, but I'm pretty sure though. I think you need the online to even be able to play it.
Sure. And they will be keeping the original price tier if you just want the Switch Online regular or whatever they're going to call it. But
yeah, that's not changing. That's still $24.99 for a year.
Which, I mean, at $2 a month, it's like, okay, that's something, not a bad price.
Yeah. So
Nintendo.
It'll be interesting to watch. Like okay, so I pay $75 a year for PS Plus. Okay.
Yep.
That at least gets me 2 to 3 free games every month that I can add to my library. That can only be played as long as I keep my PS Plus membership active. But there's a little more value there because I mean also they have discounts too. There's extra discounts in the store if you're a PS Plus member too on a lot of games.
Yeah, and the games you get are new ones, right? You're not getting, older games. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, and I mean, 99 a year for the family. If you're, I pay the $12-13 a month for Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep.
Which works out to 150, 145, whatever a year.
Yep.
But still there's a lot more.
Yeah.
they're still doing the games with gold, even though I rarely go and add them to my library, because there a lot of them are some pretty back their catalog ones, but just to have Game Pass, like
Yep.
access to this Unreal library. So I think they need to look at that pricing a little bit more, or announce some more stuff coming.
Yeah.
Because
they got to sweeten the pot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Or not, because you know what? We're all dumb and we're just gonna
Yep, that's what Nintendo thinks.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of something, I've got no segue for this. You hear about the fandom? DC's fandom E?
Yeah, I've heard it. It's fandom, but everyone's just saying fandom.
Yeah, because syllables are hard.
They are.
Announced they showed another story trailer for Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
And I've made a rule that I try to follow, that I don't get excited on a game I don't see any gameplay on. No matter how cool the story looks, because there's a lot of games with a cool story, Avengers, and but it's a pretty cool idea. It's RPG with a whole bunch of people in the Batman universe because Batman is dead.
Yeah, the previous trailer had them show, like, it starts with that. It's like, you're receiving this message because I'm dead, and it's Batman, right?
So yeah,
he's talking, and the 4 people you can be is Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, or the Red Hood.
Yeah. So it's a WB Games, right? So should be very similar to the Arkham series as far as the combat and everything, I would imagine.
Yeah,
which is good. The last Arkham game had some issues coming out, but we'll see. It's Batman.
So the company
I'm
that
Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. So the company that actually did those previous games, Rocksteady, showed a trailer as well at the DC fandom, and it's the
segue.
Nice, right?
Yeah, very good, very good. Yes,
almost like I know what I'm doing. I don't. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League had another story trailer, and this one, the last trailer was pretty awesome too. It showed a lot of humor, and this one just builds on that. It just, but still no gameplay, like you said.
No.
But these, good pedigree with Rocksteady making these games, and who's on the mission here? Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark.
Good old Captain Boomerang
are on a mission to take down Brainiac and evil versions of the DC superheroes like Superman.
Right.
So, yeah.
They're evil because they'll have goatees.
They all have goatees.
Speaking of evil, let's get back to Sony.
Right. Excellent segue, Ralph.
I tried. They can't all be good, I suppose.
You know what? We have so many stories, and I've just got a billion.
Want me to run with this one then? I've got it right here.
Yeah, start it out, please, because.
All right. So there's a skinning company called dBrand, which releases skins for laptops, iPhones, iPads, phones, and they've made some PS5 faceplates. And they were getting a cease and desist, I believe, from Sony about the faceplates, the custom faceplates for their PlayStation.
Well, the reason was because they were the exact model. They looked exactly like the white ones that are currently on the PlayStation, and these ones are black. But they were exact. That was the problem.
Okay. Well, dBrand's got an excellent sense of humor. If they sponsor a lot of YouTube content, and they've always had a very good sense of humor, I basically told them to go F themselves. That was yeah, it's got a slightly new shape.
Well, yeah, so they basically said to Sony was like, cease and desist, and and they were like, fine, sue us. So Sony did.
Mm-hmm. Because they're Sony.
Because they're Sony. So yeah, dBrand came back with a new plate.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it takes off the sharp corners and rounds out all the edges, and actually adds vents for the fans, which are hidden behind the other plates.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
But still, this nice black color and
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So, but yeah, if you if you go check out their website on these plates, they actually kind of story this whole thing out. So it's pretty funny to read.
Yeah, nothing wins you public support like suing a smaller company than yourself over something like this.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, they've already bought the PlayStation. You want to put a custom part on it, like, who cares? They're going to sue everyone who makes those stupid little cooling stands for them too that actually make things worse. Like,
yeah. They're a Canadian company too, hey? dBrand.
dBrand? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me like them even more.
Exactly, right?
As long as they're not... I won't. As long as they're not based out of the evil Calgary.
No, they're out east.
Screw those guys, am I right? Huh?
Yeah.
Take that, Calgary. Sorry, we don't actually dislike anyone in Calgary. It's a fun little myth that people say, because we're from Edmonton, the other Albertan town. So yeah, we love everybody.
So right? Speaking of love,
yes.
Speaking of love, Sony had some love for this next story.
Right.
They loved that they finally dethroned the Nintendo Switch. After 33 months, the Nintendo Switch was dethroned as the number one selling console. So almost 3 full years as the market leading hardware unit sale in the US. The Switch was. The PlayStation 5 in September finally ousted them.
So that's in dollars or units?
That would be in unit sales.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how the people found that many PlayStation 5s.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sony probably just it's not in people's hands. Like, Sony's still selling them, even if they go to a scalper, right? They're still sold.
Fair enough. Huh. Well, good for you, Sony. Nice to see the little guy win.
The little guy finally oust the other little guy.
Yeah. It's like seeing Apple and Epic sue each other, right? It's like, oh, I can't cheer for either of you. But hey, video games.
Yeah, you know what? I'm following a bunch of pages that put out the, as soon as PlayStations and Xboxes hit the stores, and I've been seeing a lot of it lately. It actually seems like the trickle has been pretty major. There was also this reminds me. There's also I didn't bring up the story, but there was a rumored leak story that in some of Walmart's major warehouses, they have just pallets full of PS5s.
Saving them for Black Friday, I heard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's if you want it for Black Friday.
There you go.
All right. Oh, we got a rumor for the next story, Rob.
So there'll be no Rob Lego guarantee on this here story.
No.
No money back guarantee.
No money back guarantee. So it's being rumored and reported on by VGC that Ubisoft has finally greenlit a new Splinter Cell game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Ubisoft has been getting pressured because there hasn't been anything new since where was that? 2013 was the last new entry in the Splinter Cell games.
Right.
I played the first couple. But I never played any of the ones beyond that. Wasn't that one in 2013? Didn't it have some integration with the Kinect?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it sure did. I actually think I've got that.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but yeah.
But you know what? Splinter Cell is one of the series that Ubisoft is working on with Netflix as well. One of the titles that they said they're turning into a series. So kind of makes sense, right? Because you put out the show, you should have a game to go with it.
Yeah, Konami. Just saying. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. No one wants to see a new Castlevania game. That wouldn't be popular.
No.
Yeah.
And like who wants like 2D like side-scrolling games right now? I'm sure people aren't like hyped up about another game that quite often gets its name shared with Castlevania games.
Right.
I'm talking about Metroid Dread, Rob.
Yeah, no, I got you.
And Metroidvanias.
Yes, Metroidvania. Yep. We'd rather have a mobile game because that'd be cool. Please make another Metroid or mobile game.
Rob, I'm just hanging up right now, and I'm just going to finish the show off on my own. How's that?
Like that mobile Contra game that came out. That was really good, right? Yeah.
Good for nothing.
Sure was. So yeah.
So speaking of good for nothing, Rob, CD Projekt Red.
Oh, those guys.
They posted last week that they are not going to have the next gen versions of Cyberpunk 2077 ready because they had given a proposed date before the end of 2021. So it's almost like they learned their lesson.
Yeah,
and they're like, we better get this right. They also tied in with that the remaster of Witcher 3, which is good. Witcher 3, yeah.
Oh, Witcher game?
Witcher 3.
Witcher game?
Witcher 3.
Who's on first? Yeah.
Wild Hunt.
What'd you call me? Sorry, anyway.
What was that? Yeah. So the remaster of Witcher 3 is not is being delayed as well into 2022.
Which Witcher 3 remaster? Was that like for Xbox?
Yeah,
series?
Like the next gen remaster.
Fortunately, if you want to play that game, it's available on everything else.
Everything right now. You can any game console you can play the old gen version of it.
That's right.
But you know what? Good thing they didn't push it right to the last minute. There's still, but they didn't give any proposed time. They just said 2022.
Speaking of ports of games, yeah. Sony is trying again with the porting some of their bigger games to the PC. a little known indie game they came up with called God of War.
Tell me more. I don't.
It was on the
haven't heard of this.
PS4. You played it was something about like kart racing. I can't even tell from
weird.
Okay. God of War, the massively huge PS4 game, will be released on PC January 14th, 2022. Seems like it might have gone a little better before Christmas, but whatever. But it's going to allow for full native 4K, uncapped frame rates, yada yada yada, all sorts of good stuff.
NVIDIA DLSS, ultra wide support.
Yep. Oh, the ultra wide.
Ultra wide.
Got to get me an ultra wide monitor.
Yeah, I was looking into how much like how you go through selling a kidney to and I don't know, it might gotta I don't know.
Yep. So it should be good. It's coming. Play it. Yeah, the Horizon Zero Dawn is a game I've been meaning to try on the PC forever, and one day might. It's on the list. Yeah.
I've seen some video of the DLSS support that they put into like Death Stranding.
Yep.
And it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it really helps get the 4K frame rates to where they need to be, because if you don't have a 3080, it's 4K gaming at native resolution without it is pretty hard.
It is.
Oh, can't show that shirt. So speaking of gaming hard with expansion, sorry, take it, Ryan, take it.
Not all the segues work, right?
No.
Yeah. So Microsoft finally announced that they're going to have 512 and 2 terabyte versions of the expansion memory for the Series X and S, because they just had the one. They just had the one, and it's still the Seagate 1 terabyte right now is the one you can get, and that one goes like Canadian. That goes for around 200 or just over $200, I think, for it. But they've introduced a 512 gig. You know, if you're just looking for a little bit more space, and they announced the 2 terabyte as well,
right,
which is, of course, double the price. It costs more to buy the 2 terabyte than it costs to buy a Series S.
Right. Now, granted, if you got the Series S, you're probably not getting the 2 terabyte card. But maybe it's good that they finally have some variety for it. Now, are these things hard to get? These cards, I've never actually looked.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're readily available on Best Buy and Amazon. They're more available than the consoles are.
Right. Can you get one at your local Radio Shack?
You know what? The source in Canada, yes, you can.
Oh. Electronic Boutique?
Well,
moment
maybe.
Of silence for Electronic Boutique.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's it's just funny. But like, you know, do I want a Series S, or do I want 2 gigs of storage on my
right.
Or you could buy a Series S and then could have bought another one, but no, you decided to put 2 gigs of storage in it.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
So,
yes.
Also, the Uncharted movie trailer dropped, Rob.
Yeah, it did.
And did you get a chance to watch it?
Yes, I did.
And what'd you think?
Hmm. I mean, the trailer looked cool. Um, it's not his fault, but Mr. Holland there looks like he's one of those guys who looks like he's gonna look like he's 12 until he dies.
Yeah.
And I just have a hard time taking him as the hero here. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge movie guy anyway, so it's not like I was going to run out and spend huge amounts of money on this.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Well, what did you think?
Well, at first I was like, same thing. Like, he seems really young to be playing Nathan Drake.
Mm-hmm.
But they also went with Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
Yeah.
Who is, if you've played the game, significantly younger than Sully in any of the games.
Yeah, and while Mr. Wahlberg's also another guy who looks much younger than he actually is. So, and no mustache.
And no mustache, or yeah. So, or chomping on a cigar or anything like that. I did see a side-by-side comparison. At the end of the trailer, they show this big part where Nathan Drake is hanging off of some cargo that's flapping out of the back of like a big military transport airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty. I didn't realize how close it was to a part in the game.
Right.
That happens almost exactly like it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I will give it the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, I'm not the biggest Uncharted fan.
Sure.
2 years ago, I blew through all the games. Like I played them right from 1 through 4.
Okay.
And loved the whole experience. It was great. But yeah, we'll see how this pans out. I think real fans probably wanted a little bit older people.
Yeah. I think so too. Although here, Mr. Antonio Banderas is in the movie.
Yeah.
So that could be a redeeming factor.
He plays the bad guy. So yeah, definitely could be. What do we got next here? Oh, more Sony news.
Yeah, they're monopolizing the news today. And this is one you were telling me about. I had to kind of read up on it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably shouldn't have put my name on this. You know a little more about it. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so Sony they filed a patent for this potential PlayStation feature that would allow streamers and viewers to vote on temporarily or permanently removing players from multiplayer games. So if you're watching a stream of, say, someone playing Apex Legends,
right?
Okay, and you think the one guy on the team is just dragging the team down, you could vote to have him removed from the game.
That's insane. And you said you had to pay for those tokens, right? Like that's.
There was a mention that this would be a paid service.
Wow.
So, like I can't see that being used to grief at all.
No, not at all. It's people are generally very good. Yeah.
They would not use that to troll or
no.
Or be like, this is the best $20 I ever spent getting this high profile YouTuber, kicked out of the game.
People are awful.
Yeah, and that would just influence that. This article that I read here, they just said that Sony, they patent a lot of questionable stuff that has never seen the light of day. But
fair enough. Yeah.
They it just seems just ripe for being horrible.
Absolutely, because people suck. At the end of the day, and Sony does too. No, they don't. They do some questionable things, but
they do.
We love them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of other companies that may or may not be evil, Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a thing about them being evil, but a thing about them kind of giving a free trial for people out there. That Riders Republic, the massive extreme sports game, which I always think of Steep as kind of like a comparison. That game where you have the squirrel suit and the skiing and the stuff like that. This week, I believe, until 27th, you can play 4 hours of it for free without any pre-orders, without any.
Yeah,
and you just have to go.
And it's on everything. You can on PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
That's right.
And you know what's really good about that, Rob?
What's really good about that, Ryan?
Is you sign in with your Ubisoft account, and you could actually play an hour on your PlayStation, an hour on your Xbox, and then come play an hour on your PC.
Very nice.
And, I just added this story because I'm pretty I really wish I had some time. I really wanted to get to try this out on the weekend. I'm pretty excited for this game. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It does. I hope it's a lot more SSX and a little less steep.
Yes.
We'll see. I mean, it's Ubisoft, so we'll have to reset our Ubisoft passwords because no one ever remembers their Ubisoft password because it's
got to be super secure and
use it. Yeah, you use it never. You log in once and forget it. So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and get that in before the time's up here. Oh, so next up, keeping on the cutting edge of gaming. So I don't know who held this up, if it's the company or if it was a studio or if it was the consoles, but Among Us is finally coming. They finally have dates for Among Us to come to PlayStation and Xbox.
Right.
December 14th, just in time for the holidays.
Just in time. I think everyone's played this game who's going to play this game.
Yeah. How did they get a Switch version out before
another version? Yeah.
Before the PlayStation and Xbox versions.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I personally won't be rushing out because I don't have 10 friends, but yeah.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I feel your pain.
It's played for the memes because everyone loves the memes from the Among Us, whether you play the game or not. Speaking of other dead games, heyo. Destiny 2's got a new price model for their game. For the DLC, I guess. It's I don't know how long to talk about this. It's Destiny 2. If you were gonna play it, you were gonna pay for it. If you weren't, this isn't gonna win you over or change your mind or anything.
So the big thing about it is they've been doing season passes.
Yeah.
Which are all encompassing, kind of every couple months you buy your season pass. But now they're forcing you on top of the season pass, 3 of the main dungeons you have to buy on top of the season pass. So
honestly, if the people who are going to pay for this are going to pay for it anyway, because it's a game that if you're still playing Destiny 2, that's good for you.
They're also charging extra for a Bungie 30th anniversary bundle on top of the dungeons and your battle pass.
Right.
So,
right.
No word from this article. But people are mad because before you buy your battle pass and battle pass is kind of the new form factor for these online games, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite, Warzone, Apex Legends. It's pretty dumb to, well, not dumb, but makes the
They're
game
gonna
much
make a lot of
harder.
money. Yeah.
Makes the game a lot harder to not have these season passes.
Yeah. If you're gonna do one or the other, pick one or the other. Don't do both.
Yeah,
It's a very Activision thing to do.
it is.
Yeah.
It really is. So, interesting. Will be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah. And if anyone at the end of the day will, yeah. I guess people still play Destiny 2. I shouldn't say that. There's still, it's like the Warcraft of first-person shooters, I suppose. Just doesn't go away. Speaking of not going away. No, that's the wrong segue. Never mind.
Wrong. But
why don't you tell us about the next story?
Well, so the creator of Stardew Valley, Concerned Ape, released his trailer with some gameplay. It was a gameplay trailer, not just of his next game called Haunted Chocolatier, which seems very Stardew Valley-ish, and I think that's what a lot of people want.
Yeah, and
it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure a billion people will play this as well. But it's just exciting that his next work's coming out. So
yeah, my boss actually has he bought himself a 3070 finally. He's got like a Ryzen 9 5700 or whatever. And I asked, oh, what do you play on that most of the time? He's like, oh, Stardew Valley. It's a yeah, it's a popular game.
It is. I talked about it actually probably around this time last year that I finally got into it, and it was the perfect game to just putz in and kind of lose yourself in, like very little stress.
Yep.
Do some farming. This one looks like there's a little more action involved in it than than in Stardew Valley, but
it's got the first person shooting elements.
It does.
In the Five Nights at Freddy's section was very exciting, but it's my impression of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Absolutely. Speaking of going Rob. What about this next story?
At that. Right. GTA Trilogy. I didn't actually here's the pricing. I do have this story up. So yeah, Rockstar's re-releasing Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Yeah, they have the pricing for the re-releases. Are these remasters at all? Yeah, they are remasters. Okay. So if you want to get a physical version for the PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, or the Amico, you're looking at $60 American for all three of those. It's not on the Amico. Doesn't really meet their E for everyone standard that and I know all you people out there are never going to get tired of me talking about the Amico. That's why I keep bringing it up. But yes, $60 American for those. It'll be out in time for Christmas. So
yeah,
if you somehow are interested in playing this game and haven't played it yet, well, I guess they're remasters. So yeah.
So there's been some comparison videos from the trailers, and some people they put a lot of work into these remasters.
Sure.
They're also giving them making the controls the same as GTA 5, which is one of the big things.
Okay.
So I guess that kind of makes them a little bit of a remake. But there's been a little bit of uproar because the upresing of these remasters make the characters look like cartoons.
Yes. Okay.
But I mean, what else? What else are they going to do? They can't put the GTA 5 graphics back in these old games. So
right.
So they almost make them look like cell shaded, like versions of the games. But there's one of the things I saw on GTA 3, which I think is the oldest of the games in there. There's this one part where they show from GTA 3 and the people have hands where they're just like the lumps with like the lines drawn on them to make them look like hands, but like the remasters,
they have fingers.
They've actually got fingers.
Oh, very nice. I guess we always forget how old GTA 3 is, eh?
Yeah.
It seems like
it's a PS2.
Game.
It's a PS2 title. There's another thing I saw where you could actually see where the physical draw distance ends on the PS2.
Right.
And even on the PC versions of these games without any mods, like you can see where the draw distance ends, but now with these remasters, you can see off into the distance. So
right.
I mean, for that sense, it's like, hey, Rockstar, why make anything new ever again when you can just keep redoing all your old stuff?
What do you think of the price?
For 3 huge games like that? No problem. It's not $90, which is the new.
Yeah. It's funny how being less than that is considered a good price.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at like hundreds of hours of gameplay. You know, I mean, it's a little intriguing for me because I've never played any of these games.
Right. Well, me neither. That's not my genre for sure.
But, yeah. But I mean, there's a little intrigue there. But again, something I'd pick up on sale, something I'm not going to rush out and buy day one.
Right. You bet. So yeah. People have been asking for it.
So games that I was going to rush out and buy on day one, I'm going to have to wait till 2022 now for. They announced last week that Advance Wars, that remake of 1 and 2, coming to the Nintendo Switch, has been delayed to 2022. That was supposed to come out December 4th. Not happening now.
Right.
Just into the 2022 void.
That's right.
The 2022 ether. It's just
everything's delayed. Just add 6 months to everything, at least. So unless you can get an advance copy, because it's Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
Of Advance Wars.
Yeah. Of Advance Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah.
So Blizzard has been hard at work cleaning up their act. And one of the biggest things they decided to do was they decided to rename McCree, who is one of the characters in Overwatch. And he was named for a developer who turned out to not be such a good guy. One of the main named people in the lawsuits.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So they've Jesse McCree is who he is named after. They've decided to rename him in the spirit of, not celebrating bad people. And so McCree's new name is going to be Cole Cassidy.
It was either that or Bill Cosby. I think they went with the right choice. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes.
But also in the spirit of like people who may have named themselves horrible things, Blizzard is also giving you the opportunity to change your name if you have some sort of questionable name. You can do it for free.
I've always wanted to be Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Well, I got to change my name from Bill Cosby 69 to something a little less offensive, I guess.
Oh,
Bill Cosby 420.
Bill Cosby 420. There you go. So for anyone who doesn't get why we keep bringing up Bill Cosby, other than the fact he's a wholesome individual, but accused of some things. They had Blizzard famously now had a room, like a meeting room, called the Bill Cosby room. Long after the allegations of Bill Cosby with all the raping came out.
Yeah.
And there's lots of pictures of them kind of flaunting that we've got a Bill Cosby room.
Yeah, I guess what goes on here. Yeah. Yeah, we've covered a lot on this, and just seriously, if you're the stuff I've read has led me for now to uninstall Overwatch off my Switch because I feel icky playing it now.
Sure. Like a Jello pudding pop.
Like a Jello pudding pop.
Okay, I should probably stop with the references. What else we got?
One more story, Rob. One more story, and it happened today.
I haven't even checked this out yet.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
They showed the Halo Infinite campaign trailer today, and they showed some of the story stuff going on and just a bunch of the action that's going to be happening. I think it looks good.
Nice. I'm going to have to check this out right after.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Halo, is that the kart racing game? No.
That's the kart racing.
That's the kart racing game.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
But they showed that this is a lot more, or it's a lot more open world type setting. Looks like instead of from like I've been going through and I started playing Halo 1 because again a whole other series that I've never played the campaigns of before. Right. It's very linear. It's very like you just work your way through the level, go to the next one. Yeah. But this is a lot more like you open up areas and then you get fast travel points and looks like you're traveling between them a lot. Looks like they've adopted that. So you didn't get a chance to watch it yet, hey?
Not yet.
Okay. So it looks good. But fidelity-wise, it's not. There's nothing next gen like wise that blew my socks off. Nothing I haven't seen already.
Okay.
So Microsoft really needs this to be a hit.
Oh yeah.
They really it's the one thing that is drawing people to PlayStation over the Xbox is these single player story based like games. Sure. And Microsoft just doesn't have any of their own. And I hope the campaign is as amazing as they're talking about.
Sure.
They did say in this trailer that it's the longest one out of all of them.
Okay.
So, and there's a new, I guess Cortana went bad. Spoilers in the previous games, and there's a new Cortana called the Weapon.
Right. It was right around Windows 10 when Cortana went bad.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play it because it's gonna be on Game Pass.
Why wouldn't you?
I need to get my button gear and stop playing other games and get through because this, it's just over a month away.
Right. Ooh.
Well, that was a lot of news, Rob.
That was a lot of news. I'm sleepy.
Did you bring a snack? Because I brought my snack.
I don't have a snack.
You can have a little snack to go on the home stretch here.
Right. Well, why don't you eat your chips and I'll do do you have a bumper for this one too?
I do.
Okay.
Let's move on into what we've been playing.
Shall we play a game?
Let the games begin!
Do you want to play a game?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Carry on, Rob.
So, a game I kind of had bounced off before after the demo. I didn't get too excited about it, but it finally came to PC Game Pass. Being the key point is Outriders. So I've been getting back into that, and I got through the demo back in the day. I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
And it was a fun game. So I'm trying it. I'm sure they've worked out a lot of the bugs at this point. I know there were some bugs when I first came out there, and it's a fun little story, and I appreciate some of the powers. I'm not a huge, we've talked about this before, where I'm not a huge cover shooter kind of player, but when it's on Game Pass, I'm kind of giving it a try. It looks really good. Neat story. Outriders.
Is it the same, like, so playing it now that it's a full game and not the demo, is it the exact same part of the game that you played before? Okay.
You bet.
And keyboard and mouse or controller?
Keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
It's I have troubles playing a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter aiming with the right analog stick.
Yes.
I don't have precise movement in my thumb. I just cracked as I was doing that. That's hard to getting older.
I loaded it up on my PC. I haven't had a chance to fire that up yet either.
Yeah, and that's basically it, other than the game in my that I'm going to save for the next section here. So
okay,
that's about it.
Okay, well, I just got a couple things that I've been playing over the past couple weeks. I've been playing Metroid Dread.
Right.
And having some fun.
Okay.
So the whole Dread part of this game is that there are those EMI robots.
Yeah.
EMMI robots that are chasing you down. So one good thing is that they, in the previous games, you wherever you hit a save room was kind of where you saved.
Mm-hmm.
But they've fixed that because you come into these parts where the EMIs are chasing you, and if they catch you, you have like a 1 in 100 chance of like doing your dodge to dodge them and get away.
Okay.
I have yet to have that work for me yet. But yeah, like there's some parts where like I had to put my Switch down because like I died like 15 times, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Like, they're just so fast and on you that you don't you're not even sure where to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're just you're just blindly running to get away from it, and so. But I mean, the other stuff has been a lot of fun, and yeah, like I'm not. There's a lot of things I appreciate about the game, but I don't know if I'm a real big fan of these EMI robots.
Right.
I'd much rather just be playing a new Metroid game with just doing the old stuff.
It's been a very polarizing game in the reviews.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel the way you do, and a lot of people think it's like a great continuation, and it's a very big chasm.
I was liking it until this one part where, like, I thought once I finally figured my way through, but like it was seriously like 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part that was getting my goat about this is that when he started chasing me, there was a little cinematic.
So you get to watch that over and over again?
Over and over and over. And once I figured out you could skip it, it's still like you got to hold down the plus and then hit the A, or like, to get the skip to work. It's not just like, BB, let's get going. Like you got to skip it, load for a second, and then you can go.
Right. So would you say it's the Dark Souls of Metroidvania games?
Yeah.
There you go.
Even though I've never played Dark Souls.
Genres.
Even though I've never played Dark Souls, from what I know, that's the reference.
Well, that's the thing to do. Even if you haven't played the game, you're supposed to make that like eating this sandwich is the Dark Souls of sandwiches, and
yeah,
that's what all the kids are doing.
So also, I've been playing a lot of State of Decay 2.
Right.
So I rolled credits on it.
Hey,
which was surprising because once I kind of figured out this map, like you get to this point where they're like, hey, if you do this mission, that's the end of the map. I'm like, oh, because like that's at like I probably at like the 15 to 20 hour mark.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And like I've been playing this game like I played like Last of Us, right? I ABS, always be scavenging. Like just, I had all these stores, I had all these resources. I just moved into the biggest base you could on this map.
Okay.
And then it ended. And then so when it ends, you can choose up to 10 of the people that you had in your party to save. And you also get like a boon that you can use when you start another map. So there's a lot of things I didn't realize when I started this. I just kind of like got into the game and started playing, and like I was saying, my learning curve, it was just a straight up learning curve for a while.
Sure.
And once I kind of got figuring things out and it leveled out, there's actually 6 maps. And so now I got this boon that you turn on or choose if you want to turn on. And there's actually slots for up to 3 boons. And then you can choose three of the survivors that you've kept from your previous map. So if you kept your whole party at 10, you can choose 3 of them to start a new map, plus this boon. And like the boon is pretty major because it's electricity and water off the bat, which is something that you had to scavenge for before.
Okay.
So I started another map, and I'm definitely blowing through it way faster because I'm not scavenging anywhere near as much. And I'm just it's more about experiencing the map because the enemies are all the same.
Sure.
But on the title screen, so that's the campaign mode is what I've been playing. So that's like the 6 maps and saving your survivors and everything. Below that on the title screen, there's another choice called Homefront, and it says a more immersive story. So I'm going to try that after I finish this second map. But right now it's scratching the itch that I really like the games where you got to scavenge and build and like survive. I really like those type of games. And so it's definitely scratching that itch right now. I'll talk a little more about it after I play the Homefront for a little bit. So, and last thing, I just wanted to generally talk about xCloud gaming. So I know when it first got released, like came out of beta there. I know we both tried it that week, and we're pretty disappointed with it.
Yeah, had some issues. Yeah.
Like I tried it on my computer, right? And it was not a good experience. Right. So like I tried it with Forza because I'm like, what better game? Like something where you need excellent, no delays, like excellent input, like,
Sure.
So I had to do some waiting this week with work. So I'm like, I unplugged my controller from my computer and brought my laptop with me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. It's been a few months. Maybe they've ironed out some bugs. And the good news is they have. So I fired it up, and so I was playing on Wi-Fi on like a kind of underpowered laptop. And so I was a little worried because I fired up Forza Horizon 4, and the first 2 or 3 minutes of playing were exactly what I'd experienced before, like a lot of rubber banding and jittery and like, just like you're here and then you're here and then, but then at 2 or 3 minute point, it just calmed down. And probably the most glowing review I can give is that I forgot I was playing Forza Horizon 4 on xCloud. I was just playing Forza Horizon 4, no issues, no lags, no nothing, just playing away.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy with that. It gives me an excellent way to use it, when I gotta travel for work or something. Like instead
You
of
betcha.
packing up my Switch or
Mhm.
PlayStation or any of the, I can just plug her into the laptop now, and with all the Microsoft games, all your stuff is, all your save games are saved on the cloud.
Right.
Bada boom, bada bing.
There you go. Almost as good as Stadia.
Almost as good as Stadia.
Yeah, said no one. That was. I mean, they would because it's Stadia. Yeah.
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever.
That's what I've been up to the last couple weeks here, Rob.
All right on.
So we'll move into the new section, that one of the new sections we added last week in the show, which is our, I don't know, I didn't really come up with a jazzy name for it or anything. It's just kind of our Game Pass spotlight, because you know what, we talk about Game Pass all the time. I figured why don't we highlight some of the stuff we try on there that maybe people haven't tried or they should try, or maybe they weren't aware of, something like that.
Yeah, so this week I played a little-known indie game that's on Game Pass called Forza Horizon. No,
yeah,
I don't think enough people have heard about Forza or heard us talk about Forza. No, I played a little game.
Rob, do you know Forza 5 is coming in a couple weeks here?
No.
Yeah. Sorry.
Neither of us are terribly excited for that. There's a little game called I Am Fish, and I think it's from the people who made I Am Bread. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, is that where you're the slice of bread?
I think same people.
Okay.
This one's interesting. It's you're a fish, and there's a little cute story about, and the first level has you swimming around and going up and down and getting bread and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, it's going to be like a swim through the water kind of game. And then it becomes a monkey ball game.
Oh.
But not monkey ball in the you've got really great control and it's going to be really awesome for like how well it handles. Very realistic physics for stopping time and things like that. And you're basically, you're in this fishbowl and you're trying to get to the ocean to see your friends who got taken away from the tank, and you're going down power lines and bouncing off mattresses, and it's very interesting. It's very well done. It can be frustrating sometimes the way it controls because, like I said, the momentum is really heavy. Like,
okay,
it's not arcadey by any stretch, but it's a fun little puzzle monkey ball light kind of game, and really great graphics, and it was fun. I'm having a good time. So there you go. I Am Fish, fulfilling your puzzle monkey ball needs.
Awesome. You know what? You sold me. I'm gonna give her a try because you know what? It's on Game Pass. It won't cost
on Game Pass. It's free.
Yeah.
You betcha. I was playing it right before we did it as well. It's by Curve Digital. I don't know if they're the ones who did I Am Bread. With that name, you would think they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says a charming physics-based adventure starring 4 intrepid fish friends, forcibly separated from their homes in a pet shop fish tank.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go into my section now. So it's our retro pick for the week.
Retro pick for the week.
Retro pick for the week. So last week, Capcom Arcade Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We both really enjoyed it. There's so much love in this game or collection. I don't even know what you call it. Like
collection would be a good way. Yeah.
But the big downside was there's only 2 games that you could buy on their own up until last week, which were Well, you could buy one game, and that
Mhm.
was Ghosts and Goblins, and the other game was you got 1943, The Battle of Midway for free. That came with
Mhm.
Capcom Arcade Stadium. But now they've broken up the bundles. You can still buy the bundles, but now
Yeah.
you can go and buy the games individually.
Kind of wish that had been that way before, because I bought all the bundles.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
no.
but that's okay. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
you
good
know what?
games. So
If they weren't, I'd be a lot. I'd be if I were you, I'd be a lot more mad about it if there wasn't so much love
yeah.
put into all of these remasters. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
are.
absolutely.
It is. Still the thing that gets me is the whole TV mode where they put that curve on
Yeah,
the screen, like so
yeah. You bet.
it looks like you're looking at it in the arcade at one of
Mm-hmm.
those tube TVs that would be in an arcade cabinet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so with this,
Ooh.
I've been dying to play the Bionic Commando arcade game because I'd never played it before.
Oh,
I just heard about it.
yeah.
I tried to get it working on emulators. That was a whole thing that just frustrated me, and I never did. So I picked up Bionic Commando and Strider because I love me some
Right.
Strider.
Yeah, you bet.
So so I played some Bionic Commando, put a little
Yeah,
time into that.
yeah,
That game is hard as hell.
yeah.
It is ridiculously hard.
It's one of the games that people most commonly say when they look for a game where the Nintendo game was much better than the arcade version.
Yeah.
Bionic Commando always comes
Oh,
up.
oh, dude, it is just brutal. Like
Mhm.
it is so punishing and unforgiving.
Yep.
And so then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll calm down and I'll play a little Strider.
Yeah, that's not punishing at all. Yeah.
Then I'm like, apparently I hate myself and I just want to
Yeah.
torture myself with these hard old games.
Strider a much better game than Bionic Commando, though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is really good. Yeah.
So yeah. Um, but you know what? So I can highly recommend these if you love the old Capcom arcade games, and especially now that they're a la carte like this,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to commit to the bundle. If you're like what's one of the like a legendary Wings fan,
Yeah.
which is another great game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
you would have had to buy one of the bundles there to get it, but now you can just go in there and buy it on its own. Um, so it was this the arcade stadium was exclusive to the Switch until this past summer, and now it's available on Xbox and PlayStation as well. So if you want like a pretty cool arcade experience with these games, I can't recommend this more. So Capcom Arcade Stadium, check it out. And with that, Rob, you know what? We've been going
Been
quite a
talking a
while.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll move this grumpy can wait. I got something making me grumpy, but it's a thing people have heard before. It's about Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
But I'll cover that next week or a week that's a little quiet. We're gonna have some news next week's show. There's a Sony State of Play this week.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
focused on third party titles, so be good. Could be some good stuff happening there. But all right, well, I'm gonna take this crazy train into the station and just thank everyone for hanging out with us. Hope you had a good time. And if you want to see more of our stuff, you can check us out at thegrumpyoldgamers.com. That's where we post all of our original content. And but honestly, the Facebook page is probably the most up to date, the thing we look after the most. And also, if you want to contact us, send us an email. You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. You got any gaming questions or tips, tricks? If you make bumpers and would like to donate some,
Or if you want to send Ryan $5 here.
Or send me $5. We have if you
No
want
reason, just if
yeah,
you're, you know,
just
look at that face.
You're just like, hey, this guy needs $5.
He needs $5.
Who doesn't? But yeah, so you can contact us there, and well, we hope that we'll see you next week. See you then.
Have a good night.